Now we will discuss what is the function of stomata and what is stomata. So we have discussed that carbon dioxide enter, not only carbon dioxide, oxygen. Generally, the gaseous exchange takes place through tiny pores present in the leaf called as stomata. So what is the definition for stomata? Stomata means tiny pores, openings present in the leaf is called as stomata. So how does this stomata present? Actually, these stomata are tiny pore and they are surrounded or covered by cells, and that is called as the guard cells. And these cells cover or surround the opening present in the stomata. So where the stomata is located actually, so I have written some questions. So as I'm explaining, you will get the answers for the questions what I have written over there. So what is stomata? You got the answer for the question what is stomata. So tiny pores present in the surface of the leaf is called as stomata. Now where it is present? Where is it present? It is present in the lower epidermis as well as in the upper epidermis. More number of stomata will be present in the lower epidermal layer of the leaf, and that is surrounded by the guard cell. Now again coming back, where are these stomata present? Only in the leaf? No. In case of some plants, these stomata are present as well as in the other parts of the plant also, but predominantly present only in the leaf. Now again, what is the function of this stomata? So we say that tiny pore opening, exchange of gases, it allows the carbon dioxide and oxygen to get in. Now only gases pass through, or is there any other function for stomata? Yes, stomata do have many other function apart from exchange of gases. It not only permit the carbon dioxide and oxygen, it also, as I told you, already surrounded by the guard cells. So these are the guard cells. Okay, guard cells means the cells surrounding the stomata. So what happens whenever there is excess water present, these guard cells will swell by taking in the water. So as they take in the water, the guard cell will swell, and as a result they will create an opening, and that will permit the gases to go in and out of the leaf. At the same time, when there is no water, these guard cells will shrink and thereby make the guard cells will shrink, and as a result the stomatal pore will close. So when there is excess water, the stomatal pore will open because the guard cell will take in the water. Because of taking in water, they will swell. As they swell, the pore will open. At the same time, when there is no water, the guard cell will shrink and automatically the stomatal pore will close. So this opening is triggered by the light, and thereby the exchange takes place. So first function of stomata is it is involved in the exchange of gases. Second function is it is involved in the removal of excess water present in the plant by the process called as transpiration. So what is transpiration? When you pour excess water to the plant, what happens? The excess water comes out of the plant by a process called as transpiration, and not only that, that helps to maintain the moisture of the leaf based upon the environmental condition. So as we discussed the function of stomata, the important thing is exchange of gases, and then the next one is transpiration, and then followed by the next one is the maintenance of the moisture level. So these are the functions of stomata. And what are guard cells? As I told you, they are covered by the opening, and this is the guard cell, and it contains the chloroplast, and these pore open. This is the open stomatal pore, and that is the closed stomatal pore. And exchange of gases not only takes place only in the leaf, it also takes place in the other part of the plant body like root and stem also, and they may predominantly takes place in the leaf of the plant. So this is an overall introduction. This is an overall concept about stomata. So what is stomata? Where it is present? It is present in the leaf. Where in which part contain more stomata? The lower epidermis or upper epidermis? Lower epidermis contain more stomata. And what is the function of stomata? It helps in the exchange of gases. It helps in the transpiration. It is a process where excess water is removed out of the plant. And third one, it also helps to maintain the moisture level. Diagrammatic representation shows open stomatal pore and the closed stomatal pore. This is the cross section of a leaf. So when we talk about so many things that plants prepare the food using the inorganic materials, it prepares glucose, it prepares starch. So you should have a look at how a leaf look like. So it is just a cross-section view of leaf, like what are the components present in the leaf, compartment in the leaf. So how are these compartments arranged? So very important, this is how a leaf look like, we all know that. And the parts of a leaf, the center line is called as the midrib, and you have the veins arising from the midrib. And the exposed surface of the leaf is called as the lamina or the leaf blade, which is a flat surface which is exposed to the light. And the leaf green in color is because of the pigment chlorophyll present in the cell organelle called as chloroplast. And apart from that, so now how the leaf inner compartment, inside that leaf, when you have a look at the leaf, how is the arrangement of the cell? As I told you already, you have two layers of cell. There is the upper epidermis and the lower epidermis. Epidermis means the outer covering is called as epidermis. If it is present up, it is called as upper epidermis. If it is present down, lower part, it is called as the lower epidermis. And the abundance of stomata is more in the lower epidermis compared to that of the upper epidermis. Then how is the arrangement of the cell? It is loosely present, and you can see a lot of air space present, and these are the cell which contain the chloroplast, and inside that you have the pigment called as chlorophyll. And this opening is called as stomata, and it is covered by the cell, and these cells are called as the guard cell. And through this opening only we can see the entry and exit of gases takes place. For example, if it is carbon dioxide or oxygen, these gases do go in and out of the cell only through this opening. And we know the process of photosynthesis and respiration. So that photosynthesis takes place at daytime. But what about respiration? When does the respiration takes place? Does respiration takes place in the daytime or nighttime? The answer is respiration is a process which takes place both at daytime and night time, but the rate of respiration will be more in the night time because sunlight is available in the daytime. So obviously what happens? Photosynthesis takes place only in the day. But what about respiration? What is the process of respiration? Intake of oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide. This process takes more in the night time, but what happens is that whatever carbon dioxide produced in the night time is utilized by the plant in the morning, in the daytime, and this carbon dioxide is utilized for the photosynthesis process. The respiration takes place even in the daytime in such a way that this carbon dioxide released in the daytime is again utilized by the process of photosynthesis. What happens in the night time? Night time more carbon dioxide will be released, and this CO2 is taken up by the plants in the daytime for the photosynthesis process. But any of both these things, this is the entry point and exit point where the gases go in and out of the plant body. And this is how the structure or cross-sectional view of a leaf look like. And what is the role of vascular bundle? Xylem and phloem together we put it as a vascular bundle. And what is the role of xylem? So we all know that xylem is the one which transports the water from the root, water from the root to all the parts of the plant body, and that is the role of xylem. And whereas what is the role of phloem? Phloem is the one which translocates. We use the word called as translocates or translocation, where it transports the food that is prepared in the leaf to all the parts of the plant body. For example, if you see the fruit that is produced, it requires sucrose, the sugar content that is produced in the leaf goes to the fruit. And sometimes in case of the plant underground root body, in that case what happens? This sugar that is formed goes to the underground root as a storage. So based on the requirement, the food that is produced in the leaf is translocated to different parts of the plant body. Anyhow, we will be discussing about that in transportation, other part of the topics. And this is an overall outline of how the cross section of a leaf look like and what is the function of each part of the components present in the plant cell body.